Hi, my name is Soon Warren, and I'm here in the ArtistsNetwork studio to film a series of watercolor videos. I have a tip to share with you today on putting texture into your painting with gold powder. Here I have a painting already finished with using the texture of gold powder, and I wanted to demonstrate a little bit of a texture in this short tip. What I have here is golden medium, acrylic medium. This is matte. And I have gold powder, which is, I cannot pronounce very well, shimiki. And this one is rich pale gold. And I mix, it says water to mix it, but I mix with the golden medium. And I just put a little bit. And I mix this one with a little bit of half and a half water. That way, my brush will flows much better. After that, I open my gold and I will dip this one into powder. And I can use this plate to use this to mix with water, the medium. And I start to throw this one however you like. Here I am showing you a little bit of a line. And I am going to, if you mix a little more, then this medium is going to be lighter color of the texture. But if you mix more medium, it's going to be lighter. And I like to use creating this texture instead of using opaque painting, because opaque painting doesn't shine. And sometimes it came out pretty aggressively. But this one kind of gives you subtle feelings of this texture and color, flickering light that I like to use a lot. And you can use this one almost like, I call it texture, but some people call my doodle. And I can use this one doodle like this. And you can have fun using so many different kind of texture or doodle. And I think you can create at this point anything you want, and I will let it just completely dry before I apply this color. So now I will stop and I will dry it, and I will return to show you how to apply color, and you can see how things are coming different way. I prepared some color, red and blue. I just use any color that I have in a red palette, and I'm just going to apply evenly all over the place. Then where you have the gold powder will resist this pigment. And I will just use some blue to make more interesting. I will just mix some color. Then you can see there's a resist going on here. And then you just let it dry at this point, and that's going to be it. And at the time, after it dries out, you can go back, actually glaze more to create color that you desire to do it. I have a tip to share with you today on saving or scrubbing out highlights in your paintings. Here I create some sample about that how I use the frisket, but here's the tool I use for that's creating this line. And I use a straight line for this slanted brush, and I use circle for the this stylus. And here I like to use the Winsor & Newton, the yellow tinted frisket, and I will create some of those lines that I can create. And straight line, I like to use this slanted because it holds up a little more frisket, and you can actually go straight line pretty steadily. And if you go this one fast, you cannot, as that line will just jump. Just kind of dotted line you can create. But when you go slowly, actually you can create much more solid line, so that Depends on what kind of frisket line you desire. You can just change yours. And if you wanted to create with this one, with a circular line, it comes out actually kind of uneven line that you can create. So that's when I change it to my stylus. The stylus, you can create circle with a very even line, and it rolls better. So you can create doodle, or I call it, a lot of people call it gentangle, but I use this one a lot this way. It's kind of just have fun with it. You can have that. And sometimes I can use the star. When I paint, actually, I use that little star mark a lot, kind of for the reflection. And that's when I use this, I will use this straight line. So you're actually drawing with a frisket about your star. I have a lot more than I want it to be, and I'm going to fill this one up. And frisket line, after you take off frisket line, if frisket lines are usually pretty rough, it's not even, that's when actually some of the larger reflection you can scrub to soften it, so you're not going to have a harsh, the rough edges that I will show you after I return, after I paint this one. So this is the frisket line. They're using this tool, and after I'm going to let it dry, and I will show you after I come back how to paint over. Now that frisket is dried, I'm going to apply some color on top. Then where the frisket is, it's going to be naturally resist and save your white. And so applying this frisket is great when you're creating complicated kind of glass or something darker area, and you just have a little bit of a white, lighter color that you have to deal with. Okay, then I will just let this one dry again, and after I turn, I will show you how to take off this frisket, and I'll show you how to clean out the little rough edges. Now, this is all dried, and this is a rubber cement pickup, and this is kind of old, so it's kind of dirty, but it still works. And I usually use this to pick up when I use frisket heavily. And sometimes if you have a little bit of it on it, you can actually rub your finger to remove your frisket. But so, and if you do it too much, it burns your finger. That's why I like to use this one. Okay, after this, if you use 140 pounds cold press or rough, your line is going to be much more rougher than hot press, soft press. So when I see this highlight, small one, I'm not going to worry about it, but larger star or larger line, that rough edges, I would like to soften it. And I use a scrub brush, and I like to use scrub brush with this angled and flat. This way, you can actually target exactly where you are doing, so where you wants to scrub. So this one, if I wanted to scrub this one out, I will just go from light to dark, not from the dark side to lighter size. And I will just scrub this one, and I will use tissue to clean out excess pigment if I wanted to clean area. So, and you can see these edges are cleaner and sharper, and these days actually paper sizings are a little softer, so you can actually scrub much easier than hard sizing. And this one, you scrub it this way, and if I like to actually have the frisket line to scrub to give a highlight. If I wanted to give you the scrubbing without frisket marking on it, you can mimic that highlight, but it's never ever going to be clear and white as much as you want. So that's why I like to use scrub, the frisket line, to save some of the highlight from the beginning. And if I wanted to scrub this area, some of the edges, from light to dark, always start with the light to dark. And this top part, I start from the bottom to top. And if I wanted to do the bottom, if you wanted to twist your paper, or you wanted to start from the bottom to top to bottom, so you are not going to lose your lighter color in your white paper. So that's what I do. And this one I will just leave it as is. And this line being a little rough, if you can see it, I can actually clean out this one with, and the sharp color disappear, and it softens the line. And actually you can kind of little tint it too. So I think that's kind of nice and softer. So this is kind of everything is just a tool, and I'm just kind of giving you this tip to enhance your painting, however you do it. And I hope you will try this technique in your own paintings.